You probably clicked this episode because you are experiencing anxiety and all type of anxious feelings. So I am here to help you out. I'm going to talk about my first time when I really experienced anxiety and how that was for me and how I dealt with it, because honestly it's different for everybody. A lot of us have similar feelings when we're experiencing anxiety, like sweating, the sweaty hands, the heart racing really fast. And honestly, it's really you making yourself anxious for no reason, to be honest. You can heal it. You can get rid of it, and you can get to the root cause. Welcome back, my beautiful peeps. I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys are feeling positive. I hope you guys are ready for these good vibes. So when I first experienced anxiety was when I stopped drinking for the very first time, when I was like, I didn't completely quit, but I had decided that alcohol wasn't the best for me and I wanted to quit, but I just gave it a little break. So I stopped drinking and I stopped doing cocaine and I stopped smoking weed. So I wasn't doing anything, and it was so new to me because I had been doing those things for a really long time. I used alcohol to escape, to numb myself, to not face me. I had all types of emotions coming up and thoughts that I had put away for a while through alcohol and substances. Looking back at it now, I still wasn't ready to face my reality. I was escaping in a way by worrying about the future, by getting anxious, by developing this anxiety, and also living in the past. I just kept thinking about the past, about what I had done and about the good times that I thought were good times. I wasn't drinking anymore, so I was like, oh, but when we were going out, just think about when I was going out and things like that, because I kind of wanted to go back to that. I wasn't being present. I wasn't confronting me. I wasn't confronting my life. I still wasn't accepting. Anxiety is being scared, and mainly about the future. You're worrying about the future. You're playing all these scenarios in your head, and negative scenarios. The what ifs, like, what if I do this? This can happen, but what if I don't? This and this, it's just you building that anxiety up in the inside. You get the sweats, your heart starts racing, and you're breathing as well. You feel like you can't breathe. I know those were some of the symptoms that I had. My heart would literally start racing super fast, and it would just go downhill, dude. It's because it's really you making yourself anxious. I would then start thinking, fuck, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like, something is really wrong with me. And then my breathing wasn't, I wasn't like breathing correctly. So I'd be like, fuck, I'm gonna just stop breathing right now. Like, I'm gonna just collapse. I would play all these negative scenarios, making me feel worse. It's all in your head. It's your mind. I'd think like, fuck, is something really wrong with me? Should I go to the doctor? But then I didn't want to go to the doctor because I'm like, fuck, what if something is really wrong with me? Like, it's just, it was just, dude, wild. The wild thoughts that one has, I would literally just start overthinking everything. And I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know that was anxiety. I didn't know I was experiencing anxiety because I didn't know about anxiety. I had never been educated on it. And I was never the one to say, oh, this gives me anxiety. You know how people be like that about like every little thing. They're like, oh, it's giving me anxiety. I didn't say that because I didn't think it was something like bad, but I also knew it wasn't something like good, normal. So I didn't want to manifest it by saying, oh, I'm experiencing anxiety. I would get anxiety when I would get in front of the class. I'm pretty sure I would, because I would get really, really anxious, dude. I would start sweating. My hands would be full of sweat. My heart would be racing. I would try to calm myself down. I'd be like, look, it's okay. You studied this, the PowerPoint, like, it's fine, So I would talk to myself. You don't think about that because you don't like really know what that is. You don't know that talking to yourself is good. You don't know that saying those things are like positive affirmations, that you are in control and that you're switching those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. So I just didn't know what the fuck to do when I was feeling all anxious and stuff. When I was first experiencing anxiety, that shit just hella scared me. And I didn't know what to call it. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was kind of like the withdrawals, because I wasn't drinking and doing anything. So I thought it was kind of that. So I just say, I feel funny, if my heart would start, and my heart would start racing, dude. It was like for every little thing. I would hang out with people, even family, and I would just get all anxious. I'd start thinking like, fuck, they're just staring at me. Like, they probably think I'm weird. Like, dude, the crazy ass thoughts. I would just say I'm feeling funny because I didn't know what the fuck to call it. I started looking into what anxiety was and learning more about it. And no fucking lie, that shit scared me even more. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I just couldn't really believe that I was experiencing anxiety. I like immediately just wanted to keep myself busy because then I was playing all these scenarios in my head, you know, negative scenarios. So I started doing things to keep me busy, to not feel anxious. I literally got coloring books. I started drawing again. Like, I was doing anything to be concentrated into that and not get distracted in my own thoughts, in my own mind, and start making myself anxious. But honestly, it wasn't helping at all. And it was just getting a little bit worse, where I couldn't sleep. I was getting anxious when I was going to bed. I would just be all up in my thoughts, thinking of the worst. And this was when COVID happened, when it started, and I got laid off. So I was like, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do with my life? I have no job now. How am I going to like pay for my car? How am I going to do this and that? And it was just, dude, it was just bad. So I decided to just accept it. Accept that I had anxiety. I decided to do more research into it. When I was doing research, I was also coming across like healing and stuff like that. So that's when I started my healing journey and all that wonderful stuff, because that attracted me more. You know, I knew I didn't want to get medicated. I didn't want to get pills or anything like that to help me with my anxiety, with my, you know, stuff like that, because that doesn't help at all. I wanted to get better. I wanted to get to the root cause. I came across journaling, meditating, reading. Breath work is another big one that we all hear about. I started off with trying out breath work, but it wouldn't work for me. I don't know, when I saw it, it said breathe in, counting to 4, and then breathe out, counting to 4. And when I started practicing breath work more and more, I realized that you understanding and knowing that you are in control of your breath. So when I understood that, I realized, okay, I'm in control of my breath. So I'm in control of me. I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of my feelings. So I can change these negative thoughts that I'm having that are causing me to get anxiety to positive thoughts. I didn't know what it would do, you know, but I said, well, let me fucking give it a try. You have to be really patient with yourself, and you have to love yourself, because switching a thought can be a little bit tricky at first, because you know you have all these thoughts. I would literally be like at war with myself. So what I did was I would say things out loud. I would say, I'm positive, I'm thinking positive, I'm switching this negative thought into positive thought. In the beginning, I'd still go back, you know, to the negative thought. It would still come back. What I suggest you do is feel it. I would feel anxious. I would get the anxiety, and I'd be like, okay, I'm fucking feeling it. I'm feeling it. You know, my heart is racing. Okay. I'm having this negative thought. Okay. And I'd talk to myself. All right, close my eyes. And I'd be like, why am I having this negative thought? Because I'm scared of this and that. Okay. My heart is racing because I'm thinking of this negative thought. And then I'd sit there and be like, okay, well, I'm worrying about the future, and the future's still not here. Like, I'm worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. So what the fuck is the point? I realized that it was me doing that to myself. I didn't want to hurt myself. I wanted to start loving myself. So I'm like, okay, well, I actually need to do something about this. Once you are realizing that you are hurting yourself, you're like, fuck, I need to do something. Like, I can't hurt myself. I would get to the root cause of those scenarios. Like, why do I fear this? You know, because this, and that. Because maybe your parents put this belief into you, the school, society, they put, you know, because we kind of get molded into this certain type of person. But you have to like rewind and be like, okay, yo, like, this ain't really my fear. You know, it's just these people's fear that they kind of put into me. You really have to look inwards. You have to change all those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. But you know what? For me, it was mainly like the thoughts of, what am I gonna do now that I'm not drinking anymore? Like, I was just so used to drinking. Like, I didn't know what to do with my life. I feel like it was my body, my mind in a way, kind of wanting to go back to drinking. So I feel like that was also another big war with myself. It was my soul that didn't want to, and it was my soul trying to take over. But it was my mind thinking these things, me worrying about the future. And I would feel like, fuck, only like if I was drinking, I wouldn't be feeling like this and that. So that was like mainly my thing. I don't know, maybe with you as well. You're experiencing this if you're trying to quit drinking or just trying to stop using any substance. But anxiety is mainly worrying about the future, about something that's not here yet. So I also started to be present. I literally say it out loud. I'm currently in my car driving. I'm going here because I'm going to buy this. And I calm down because I'm like, I'm in this moment. I need to be in this moment. I need to be here with me now, not in the future and not in the fucking past either. So when you are feeling anxious, that's what you should do. Don't try to avoid the feelings and do something else to be busy. Accept it and feel it. Journal it. I started writing, dude. I would literally have a little notebook in my bag and a pen, a pencil, and I would write down, I'm feeling anxious because I'm having this thought about this, and that. And you like realize like, dude, it's just a thought. Like, it's just a fucking thought. Nothing is happening to me. Nobody is hurting me. It's me hurting myself. So write it down. Meditate. See where that feeling is coming from. And when you're doing the breath work, I would take big deep breaths in and big deep breaths out. And I would imagine the negativity, the anxious feelings leaving when I would exhale. And when I would inhale, I would imagine this positive energy just entering my body. That's also when I really started getting into crystals, because I said, dude, fuck it. I wanted to try different things. I was down to try anything. I'm like, what do I got to lose? As long as it was like stuff like those. I wasn't going to, like I said, get medicated, take pills or anything like that, go to another substance, smoke weed. A lot of people say they smoke weed for their anxiety. That's not healing the root cause. Like, that's not helping you in any fucking way. That's just making shit worse. You're depending on this. I guess in a way, like, you might depend on something when you're getting anxious, but it's something healthy, like the journaling. Or I started depending on my crystals because I would grab any crystal that I felt I was attracted to at that time. I really liked fluorite because that transmutes negative energy into positive energy. I would hold on to the crystal and I would imagine all the anxiety feelings entering that crystal. And then I visualize that crystal turning all those anxiety feelings into something positive, into something creative. In a way, I would depend on the crystal in the beginning, but that's better than depending on weed, than depending on alcohol. I was at war with myself and it was bad. And being at war with myself caused me to be at war with other people. I was full of anger and I would just be angry at them. I was angry at myself, so I'd be angry at them. That wasn't good at all. You have all these emotions and all these thoughts and you don't know what the fuck to do with them. So you literally feel at war with yourself, especially in your head, dude. So journaling helps a lot because you're writing everything down, dude. No matter if it's fucking negative thoughts, negative feelings, write them down because that is a way to express your feelings, your emotions, what you have in your mind. You're clearing your mind. You're just writing it down and writing it down. That's a great way to express yourself. Meditating as well. You have to be consistent with it, okay? And meditating, I would just visualize all the thoughts, dude, just leaving my mind, leaving my body, leaving my energy. And it took me a lot of times. You would just feel that weight lifted off your shoulders. And you like feel it, dude. Like you just feel like you can breathe. You're relaxed. It's literally this weight of energy, of negative energy, of all these feelings, of all this anxiety, of all these negative thoughts. You just have to let it go. And by letting it go, dude, you just have to visualize like letting it go. I then got sage. I still use sage. If I go places, I come back, give me a little cleanse, and I'm like, dude, any bad energy that got attached to mine or that's trying to linger into mine, I return it back to its owner. I don't want nothing to do with it. And I take back all my energy, all my positive energy. It's just positive things that you have to do for yourself, and a lot of you might think that's crazy. I was a little bit about that first too, but it worked for me. It's good energy and it's good fucking vibes, because you clean yourself. You take a shower to clean your body, but that's a way to clean your energy, dude. You also have to clean your energy. Even when I'm showering, yeah, I'm cleaning my body, but I also visualize that I'm cleaning my energy, that I'm just getting rid of all the negativity of anything from today, any bad vibes. You have to visualize and you have to feel it. Now I see everything as energy. Once you see everything as energy, you just do energy. If you're currently experiencing anxiety right now, just know that it's you causing yourself to feel anxious. Nobody is making you anxious. Nothing is making you feel anxious. It's yourself, because it's you. It's in your mind. Like when people say, I get anxiety flying, getting in an airplane. It's you. You feel scared of getting on an airplane. You don't control that. You can't control the airplane. You are only in control of you, of your emotions, of how you take it. Like, just pray for the best. There's really nothing to fear. You just have to think positive. You have to remain positive. Don't be scared of the anxiety. Feel it and face it. See where it's coming from. That's how you're going to heal, because you have to get to the root cause. You have to face it. You can't just put it away. You can't just ignore it. No, you have to face it. Start saying the positive affirmations. Start loving yourself. When you are feeling anxious, tell yourself nice things. Be in the present moment. Think like, okay, I'm worrying about the future. Like, I'm here now. By me worrying about the future, I'm not getting to enjoy the present moment. You're not living life to the fullest, because when you enjoy life, that's when you are being present, when you are truly experiencing the present moment and taking it all in. I'd suggest you remove yourself from people and big crowds in the beginning if you're experiencing some really bad anxiety, because it just makes things worse. You're probably getting this feeling, this gut feeling, and then you're thinking it's something bad, and then your heart starts racing, this and that, and you start getting the anxiety, and you feel like there's something wrong with you, but it's probably your soul. It's your intuition telling you you shouldn't be in this environment. But you just don't know what that means, and you don't know what to do because you're not connected with yourself. You don't understand your body. You don't know how to communicate with your body. And those are feelings that I would get when I would be in certain places, hang out with certain people. I haven't experienced anxiety for a really long time, but that's also because I'm loving me. I don't allow myself to get anxious. I don't worry about the future. There's no reason to, so you can heal. I do get feelings, like this gut feeling, but now that I'm connected with me, that I know about vibes and energy, and I see everything as energy, if I feel something, I'm like, I'm out. Like, this is my soul telling me I shouldn't be here. I'm not clicking with these vibes. These vibes are not for me. So just spend some time alone. Get to know yourself. Face that anxiety. You might want help. You might want somebody there with you that relates to you that's also experiencing anxiety. Your guys' root cause is not the same, and they can understand you. They might have the same symptoms, but they don't know what you are truly feeling. They don't know what you are experiencing. They are not you, and you are not them. Nobody else can heal you. Only you can heal yourself. Nobody is going to heal the anxiety for you. You are going to do it. You have to do it for you. We all go through different things. We each have our own life, and we take situations differently. I'm not here to heal you either. I'm here to inspire you and to help you out. I'm telling you about what worked for me, which I know it's going to help you some way. It might not help you as much as it helped me, but that's what you have to figure out and try out new things and see what works best for you, because my healing journey is way different than yours. But one thing for sure is that loving yourself is the beginning of everything. Everything. Once you start loving yourself, it makes it clear. Because when I started loving myself, I'm like, okay, I love myself that I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to make myself get anxiety. Anxiety is healable. Is that a word? Healable. You can heal the anxiety. Face it. Don't run from it. And anxiety is not something normal, Yes, a lot of people experience it, but it's not normal. You shouldn't feel anxious for nothing. There's no reason to worry about the future, about something that's not here. Start living in the present moment. But most importantly, start loving yourself. If you are experiencing it, love yourself through the process. Just know that you taking action on it, getting to the root cause, journaling, meditating, trying all these things in order to heal that anxiety, to heal yourself. That's all self-love, okay? You accepting it is self-love. And you have to be consistent with all those things. You're not going to get rid of it overnight. It's going to take some time. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to Liz Talks Vibes. Don't forget to speak good vibes to yourself and speak good vibes to others. You can get rid of the anxiety, okay? Be patient with yourself and love yourself throughout the whole way. Peace, my peeps.